speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, pick your body till you black out. So get the fuck up.
the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now, and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me. Oh.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind, and all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. I feel your heart beating.
wish you were near. I'll keep you right here beside me. I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay in this moment here. I need to know which way to go. Now take me home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay in this moment here with you. In this moment here with you. In this moment here with you.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. Yeah. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate.
It's In Pain PN Motorsport here. Should be joined in the comms by Kieran Argent, our race 2 winner last night, and Smithy. But they're not here yet, so you just got me and Fury's granddad in the background, just keeping a quiet brief on everything. Welcome.
I'm just lurking.
And welcome to Zolder, the second most famous track in Belgium after Spa. Also the circuit where Gilles Villeneuve lost his life in 1982. I don't remember it because I was 0. And what's currently fastest in free practice so far is De Silva in the McLaren with a 1:29.4. And Fury's not far off. Smokey's just joining the session. Yorkshire Mika, if you're in the broadcast, you're in your GT4 car. Just saying. You might have a bad time in the GT4 car. Current championship. Yeah, just give me a second. Just need to bring it up on my phone. I believe it's closed up between Overtaker and De Silva in the other McLaren, currently sitting in the bits. As we jump to unorthodox and see orthodox pound round Zolder. I just had to look at the corner names, and some of them I'm never gonna say. Yeah, 1 sec, sorry. So, currently leading the championship is De Silva with 276 points. Overtaker is second with 267 points. Matt Himovic is third with 257. Unorthodox is in fourth with 233. Big Boy Brazier is in, I've lost count, fifth with 211. Gary on 209. Fury is on 188. Empolavsky is on 176. Euro is on 161. Peaceful Explosion on 154. Brees is also on 151. Smoky Devil on 136. Monkey Boy, who I believe is not racing tonight, is on 99. Sutty Apex is on 91. Nexus, who's currently in pits in the Monster Energy car, coloured car, is on 84. Akbar is on 68. D Briggs on 26. And Sokulovic, I've said it properly this time.
Well done.
Sokulovic is on 9 points alongside Yorkshire Mika, who's still in the wrong car. And we've also got, making his actual debut this week, I believe, is Alex Ten Pau in his the other Bentley, teammates of Yorkshire. And Evening Mummy D, Daz, Fury's granddad, Mike, Peaceful Explosion. Hello. I'm in a lot of pain, but there we go. I don't know for constructors. As we wait for Argent, we are currently watching my end of the stream. Here's Overtaker hopping over the curbs again. You're gonna break your suspension. Peaceful. Matt's now qualifying bans. Akbar is on a qualifying ban for quitting a race. He missed it last week, so he has to serve it this week. Smoky Devil is also on a qualifying ban. Evening Welshie. As is championship leader Overtaker is also on a qualifying ban. And new driver Sokulovic is on a qualifying ban for quitting race 2, when you can just return to pits and then come back out after 2 minutes. Zolder, other than Villeneuve losing his life here, and it being one of the replacement circuits for Spa back in the 70s, because Spa was 8 miles long back in the 60s and very dangerous. Can drive that version of Spa on Project Cars 2, but that's not Project. This isn't Project Cars 2. This is the set of course Competizione, and you've got to say it right with a hand gesture. As Yorkshire Mika still is in the wrong car. I might just tag him more quickly on Discord just to say he's in the wrong car. 1 sec. Tony,
Yeah.
anyone caught your eye so far in practice? As Dan's gone fastest.
Dan's going fastest, but The silver's
Even
right
Wolfie.
up there.
Yeah, it's got to be close between. The Lamborghini's quite good here, I think, because it's quite a nimble car. What I've seen, the McLaren is a good all-rounder, wherever you are. I'm just trying to tag Yorkshire saying you're in the GT4 car, you're going to have a bad time. The wrong.
Did put it in the chat, but he wasn't obviously looking.
Yeah, as Wolfgang, which is Green Wolfinator in Pro-Am, has joined us in the YouTube chat. I wasn't really meant to be commentating league tonight. It was meant to be Bozzy Boy, but yeah.
Who?
Me? Who? Bozzy who? Overtaker is currently 5th in practice. He looks like he's hopping the curbs again, which does not do the car any good at all. Matt is in P6 so far in practice, but it is practice, could be on high fuel loads, doing race runs. Oh, judging by Tony going, ooh, someone has gone off.
That was Overtaker cutting the corner ever so slightly.
Only a little, was it?
Yeah, quite a lot actually.
As I hop between cars. Alex Pow makes his debut here in the Bentley. He's obviously now going to return to the pits because he's parking up. Thank you. Bentley will now make their 100th race start in race 1 because there's 3 of them on the grid. Technically, it should be 4 if Yorkshire was in his Bentley. Gary has a chance again for his 25th qualifying, and we have now been joined by Argent. Well,
Evening,
welcome.
guys.
Good evening.
I'm come to give you guys a hand. So just literally home from work. So
It was race 2 winner last night. Was it race 2 you won, Argent?
it was race 2. It was.
Because I was laying on my bed in a shit tons of pain. Oops, sorry. But a lot of
as I
pain.
say, I think talking from experience on this track, I think if you can get our way clear at the front, I've got a feeling it could be an interesting one because, as you probably know from practice and watching last night, the curbs can be lethal around here.
Curbs are indeed lethal. Ask my teammate, that's automatic. He
Yeah,
launched it over the.
mate.
He launched it on the.
One day.
No one could copy you when we were practicing before the season in the Bentley, where you
Bentley.
rolled it at
Zandvoort.
Zandvoort.
Overtake, give it a good go in practice in the week. If you haven't seen it, have a look on the Discord channel if you're a part of it. Because it was posted in there for everyone else to see as well. Leaving the ACC general chat box, I believe, I might be wrong.
Yeah. I believe links to the. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We've hit since Pro-Am last night. We're now at 409 subscribers. Because I've
Getting ever
got
closer to that 500.
and ad revenue on YouTube.
I don't know what you have to get ad revenue nowadays on
think
YouTube. I
it's
know they made it
1,000 though.
harder.
I think it's 1,000.
Well, that
So-
might get me back when it gets to 1,000. I know that much.
We've got the final 30 seconds of practice left to run as I will return to garage. I should be returned to garage. Qualifying bands again is Ugbar, Overtaker, Sekulovic, and Smoky Devil. And good evening.
If he joins as well, I know he's not down to be here tonight, but DB's is all for another one with the qualifying pack.
And as we say, good evening to Forzy in YouTube chat. Hope you're doing well, and he's been playing ACC on the Xbox Series S. And
So
also-
as we go on,
you go on.
I was going to say, as we head into qualifying, who's your money on? Just going by practice and what you may have seen in the week. Who are we looking at for the whole position?
I wouldn't put it past De Silva. De Silva looks really nice and stable around here. Dan was in practice races during the week, was into the 28s, but he forgot to save the setup and overwrit it. So he's lost that setup for the car. Well done. Dan, give yourself a pat on the back.
I know Dan was on late with me on Tuesday night after everyone else had gone, so I don't know if he managed to find a setup that come close or not, but he did leave and say the setup before he left the session.
Yeah,
Just
as we move into qualifying and I'm on drive.
Give it all you can.
Just bringing up the standings for the pro drivers. We can have a look at those just while the start of qualifying goes ahead.
It's Overtaker. It's De Silva leading from Overtaker.
It is. It's De Silva from Overtaker, 9-point difference. Matimovic, 19 points back from De Silva. And then a bit of a gap to Alfa Dub, 43 behind De Silva. So they're slowly but surely becoming a three-horse race. We know Matt misses a few weeks towards the end of the season. So, depending on what Dan can do tonight in comparison to De Silva and Overtaker, could put himself back into the fight here if he's got the pace you said he has in the low 28s, high 28s.
Indeed. Forzy's saying he has a community race at 9 in a Ferrari GT3 Evo. I feel sorry for you because I drive Ferrari GT3 and here, and I don't like it. But it wasn't my car choice. At the awesome Snetterton. Yes, I am local to Snetterton. It is my local track. I love Snetterton. Kieran.
I'm not too far from Snetterton, but I'm not too far from Brands Hatch, so I'm probably equal distance from the two.
I like Brands.
I've only been to Snetterton once though, so you're probably more the expert on that track than me.
Yeah, I was there last week.
Yes.
For TCR.
Yeah, if I wasn't in London, I would have considered going, but as I say, it's just I don't. As people may know me personally, I'm more of a bike fan than car fan, but as I say, I'll watch anything nowadays when it comes to racing. So
yeah, I have been to British Superbikes at Snetterton.
I might be there this year, say if it falls on the right date, but we'll see.
I've got the calendar next to me. I can tell you later.
But
we actually moved to Brands Hatch next week for GT.
We are. Second to last round of the season.
Another tight, twisty, narrow track that punishes you for
running wide. Watching De Silva run very wide there off track at the middle sector.
De Silva, I'll just jump to De Silva now. One of my tips for pole position. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do poles or anything like that in the chat.
No, I haven't got any idea. I can give it a go, I guess, with the access I have on the channel.
Well, Zolder was one of the replacement circuits for the Belgian Grand Prix when they left Spa from the fearsome 8 miles, as Matt goes currently fastest with the first time at a 1:29.9. Ugbar is... why is Ugbar out on track? He's got a qualifying ban. So he's not paid attention to the Discord.
I'll try and message him now via the PlayStation app. So if that comes up on the screen,
just let him know he actually has a qualifying ban. He's not allowed to set a lap. As does Overtaker Sekulovic and Smoky Devil. Yorkshire is actually now in the correct car. He is in one of the other Bentleys.
He's not in a GT3 like last time.
GT4. He did join the session in the GT4 Audi. But I thought I'd message him quickly and be nice, as Alfa Dubs goes fastest with a 29.5.
Why can't I see Ugbar's name in the stand? Not you see his there. What's that?
Ugbar is 8th on the timesheet at the moment.
Yep. Just trying to find him on the PlayStation server, so why I felt it wrong.
Just look for him in the party. I have not seen the new MotoGP 23 trailer. I don't really buy bike racing games now.
I bought it last few years and it's been exactly the same every year, other than the change of liveries and what have you. I don't think I'm buying it this year, but even though it claims to be a lot different, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I think what will help is if they drop, hate to say it, then they need to stop developing games for the old gen, PS4s and Xbox Ones. It make the games better. As Akbar has been a naughty boy and started his flying lap.
Here he goes, Paul.
I've just messaged him to say that you have a qualifier ban, leave the server and rejoin, so it doesn't impact him leaving the track or going onto the server. It doesn't have an impact on the starting position.
No. Fury is on provisional pole, not far. Gary in P2, who could still get his 25th pole position this week.
He's been waiting for a while though, hasn't he? He's been waiting for a few weeks now, including on F1. It gets mentioned every week on a Sunday.
But F1, oh, Akbar has noticed, he has pulled over.
No, he's rejoined the track though.
And now he holds up the Lamborghini.
Of
Fury, because I don't have names up, so I don't see. I have to go by their race number. Majorly holds up Fury. I'm surprised Fury.
Teammate, is it Big Boy
Nexus?
Brazier?
It's Nexus. Big Boy Brazier is teammates with Smokey Devil, who is serving his qualifying ban. Yorkshire Mika now exits. This pit exit is a doozy. It really is a doozy. After, well, I didn't race last night because, again, I was fat out on my back in pain. I was like, yeah, I better not race. As Akbar is actually going to set a lap. Evening Hole, he race 1 winner from last night and one half of the Constructors Champions in Pro-Am. With yourself, Arjun.
Another Constructors Champion for me. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride of a fed last night. Always pick the teammate who goes on to win the championship.
Yeah,
just think, Pete, and that could have been you at the start of the season, but you turned me down.
Oh, yeah. I wish I chose the Bentley. I'm not gonna lie. I wish.
But to be fair, you've been doing well. You and Dav doing well in that Ferrari. Dav improving week by week. Giving you a good run last week at Monza. But as I say, he decided to go fast and furious last night and do a wheelie in the middle of the circuit.
I think he did more than fast and furious. I think he yeeted it over the curbs. And decided he was going to go to another planet.
Have you spoke to him since last night?
No, I haven't. He turned off pretty quickly last night because I was in his stream watching anyway. But I'd
be curious to what happened, whether he got stuck or whether it lost a wheel. Or
I think he must have smashed his suspension with that landing. Akbar still continuing on and ignoring our messages, so...
Yeah, I've tried. I've messaged him on the PlayStation now.
He hasn't set a time, but he is out there in the way. He's out there in the way.
Yeah.
As he is now rounding the corner. So, I don't know what the rule is for people ignoring their qualifying ban.
It will carry over, and he's now set a lap time.
He has now set a lap time, so I'm just going to say something in the stewards chat.
It will more likely carry over to next week, and potentially
a race
further penalty points on his driver's license. So, if they rave it, I think what I'll do in a moment, once we get underway and instead he's settled in the race, is raise the ticket for the stewards to take a look at, so they're ready for.
Wow, it's us two, Kevin. It's us two.
Yeah. Well, I know some of the other guys do help out when they can. Like I say, especially last couple of weekends, I've been super busy with tax year end, so work unfortunately sometimes gets in the way at weekends, but we all have to make do what we can.
Daz just commented in the YouTube chat, couldn't get out of the kitty litter, had a nightmare of a race, to be fair. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I'm kind of thankful we got that drive-through last night, because I was catching him rather quickly. I didn't really want to get past him again.
Peaceful's now 14th.
The Silver's no fault.
If Akbar is listening, he needs to obviously, like I say, leave the session and come back in to remove his lap time.
It doesn't remove the lap time. No, not on ACC.
In that case, he'll need to do a Kelly from last night and just drop to the back of the pack at the start.
Yeah, or start from pit lane.
Or start from pit lane.
Or don't ready up and start from pit lane. as Unorthodox has now jumped back to pole with a 28.8. So the Lamborghinis are looking quite handy around here.
They didn't seem a bad car last night, but as I say, it's sort of a neutral track. I wouldn't. Oh God, there goes Peaceful.
Is it a peaceful pirouette? Nope.
No, it's a Peaceful cannon into the barrier. But I looked on it, wasn't Peaceful.
It must have been Sutty. As time is now finished here in qualifying, and Peaceful will be the first person to get his flyer in, last lap in, and moves up to 11th. Next car coming around, I'm looking on the mini-map to the final chicane, is Yorkshire Micker in the...
I'm looking at the wrong part of the track. 36 is next, who's that?
As he comes to the Jackie Hicks chicane, Yorkshire Micker in the Bentley. 101 race starts Bentley will be on now, after, well, this race. As he comes to the line, and no improvement. Next car along is an Orthodubs, car 16, as Ugbar's returned to pits, and he's got Fury behind him.
Ooh, hello, Fury.
Dan does not improve. Fury does not improve.
But it doesn't matter because Matt De Silva and Matt Himovic are both back in pit lane.
Yep, and next car across the line was Brees in the Porsche. And the final person to cross the line should be Gary 131. And it is any improvement, no improvement by Gary, as I just returned to Gary, so I don't get locked out of the cameras. So our starting grid for race 1 here at Zolder is Unorthodox, De Silva, Matt Himovic, Fury, Gary 131, Alex in 6th, our debutant, Euro in 7th, Brees in 8th, Big Boy Brazier 9th, Nexus 10th, Peaceful Explosion 11th, Empalava 12th, Sutty Apex 13th, Ugbar in 14th, Yorkshire Micker in 15th, Overtaker 16th, Sekulovic 17th, and Smokey Devil in 18th place. Oh, Fury apparently lost half a second in the final corner, as the drivers now make their final
Preparations.
That's the word. Preparations for race 1, like fuel loads, tyre pressures, even though they would have practiced all that beforehand.
Most drivers would have that already pre-set up from practice in the week.
Make sure you're on a tyre set that's never been used.
Brand new set, yeah.
As I will have to take a quick swig of drink. Over to you, Kevin.
So, people in the chat, who do we think is going to win this one? It's going to be a tight battle between the top 3. Maybe 4 if Fury can keep up there. Being in practice with Fury, we know that he tends to can make a mistake compared to the other guys. But as I say, if he can get up the inside of a car or two, he could get away with the leading pack. I'm just trying to work out how to start a poll for the guys watching at home to do.
10 seconds.
Benedict Varga is Nexus, and he's just said in chat, that's not an Audi track either. What is an Audi track on Assetto Corsa Competizione? Gotta say it like that. It's for law. It's for law. As we begin the warm-up corner. Drivers should not ghost into each other.
I'm hoping drivers don't do what I did last night, get a drive through, because it's not a nice pit lane.
Could be worse. It could have been Spa.
Could have been. However, I stayed out as long as I could. I don't know if you watched the stream, you know, but for those that didn't, I stayed out as long as I could, managed to build much of a gap as I could, but I still come out second to last. So, if you don't want to do it,
Go. That was a bit of a spaced out start there, to be honest. As Dan takes an early lead into turn 1 from...
Contacting middle of the pack. Breeze has been spun round by the Yuri.
Oh, Nexus is hitting him. Empalava, Overtaker's involved. Ugbar's involved. Euro's involved. People are just not respecting other drivers again.
Pro-Am are doing it better than Pro at the moment, and that's saying to me.
Sekulovic is quite and Camille, is that how you say your name? One of the potential new drivers for next season is in chat now. as Dan leads from De Silva. Overtake has moved up to 13th from that race start.
That's what you want when you have a qualifying battle. Ugbar goes straight into the wall and
Did Ugbar go straight in the wall as I
He
jump back to
Ugbar's
the wall? Yeah, he
Ugbar.
has. Look at the damage on that car. He probably launched it over the curb.
first half of the chicane.
Oh, Fury's off.
Oh, Fury's off the road. Yep, Fury is giving everyone a wide berth. This is a small
away with it.
track. It's an old-fashioned track, which I prefer, to be honest.
It takes a lot of concentration. I'm not going to lie. Around here, if it's not, you don't get much room to have a rest in terms of you're constantly thinking about the next corner. Make sure you get braking points.
I can think of a worse circuit.
Especially where there's no markings on the ground. They're all high up, so there's nothing to use as a marker in terms of on the floor.
Yeah. I won't admit, but I have racing line, but I have racing line on.
I had to have it on last night, but I've tried having it on in practice. But Gary goes over the curb.
Oh, as we jump to Gary. Yeah, Gary is visiting the sand traps of Belgium. Look out for his book later in the year called the sand traps of race circuits around the world, and that's of course the Competizione. Many authors. He's one of the co-authors. As Matt is sitting in third in the Bentley. Jamie, I believe, is...
now as well.
Sutty and Jamie look like they actually came together. Not gonna lie.
Overtake another Dav, and we leave over the chicane.
Yeah, that's not the line. And as we say, good evening to Peaceful Stepdad in YouTube chat. I'll just quickly look to my Twitch chat. To my left. Ugbar is driving around. You've got a heavily damaged car. What are you going to lose by pitting? You're last and you should have qualified.
It's 5 minutes or 2 minutes to the window of people driving out inside the auction maker. The good old fatty fender is back.
Oh, you love to see the Sutty send up. Sutty and Peaceful are actually... These two are teammates for Simplay Racing. Sutty,
Fatty Apex there misses the corner and T-bones
Yorkshire Mixer. Yeah, that was caught on broadcast, so I actually saw that one.
He missed his braking, but obviously, and tried avoiding the contact, but didn't cut the corner enough.
Someone who's had a very clean start is Smokey Devil, up in 8th. He's avoided all the carnage, and he sits P8. Not bad for his team, Michael Massey's Mango Lassie.
Mouthful, that one.
It is a hell of a mouthful. And do you know who's to blame for that team name, Kieran?
Jamie Brave, yeah.
Yes. As the lead gap is 0.7 of a second, but I've just flicked to that, and that's a lot closer than 0.7 of a second. De Silva...
Dan starting to hold up De Silva to get Matt involved, or is Dan...
Oh, Gary's having a look at Jamie. Jamie through the Villeneuve chicane, where Gilles Villeneuve lost his life in 1982. Got caught, hit Joachim Struck, I think, if I can remember my Formula 1 history, and went into the catch fencing. Now there's a safety concept, but we're glad to see the back off. Catch fencing. Yeah. And also in motorsport news, we have to say farewell to Craig Breen, who lost his life earlier today, testing for the Croatian rally. Which is quite sad, because he was quite young. Younger than me. Overtake in for 13th. He's having... As is 18 cars started, so I believe that's top 9 can't qualify?
It'll be a top half, so yeah, 9 can't qualify. So as it stands...
Pit window is opening.
As the pit window opens, it'll be Peace Explosion, Smoking Devil, Big Boy Brave here, Gary 131, Fury...
Does Yorkshire Mick cross that pit lane just before it went, as Ugbar follows him in, and he was way too hot coming into that pit lane. So I won't be surprised if Ugbar has a pit lane speeding penalty with his...
Gary's moment from Gary there on the middle lane.
Oh, we jumped to Gary in the Jaeger Motorsport Bentley. I know you said Audi, well technically it is a VW, but...
Just done a Duke for Harvard jump over the middle chicane and land on all four wheels.
Matt's in front of De Silva. Cameraman, find the cars. Thank you. Yep, Matt is actually in front of the Silver.
Now, with
And
that, we didn't catch it on camera, but is that the Silver now being held up by Dan or an overdubs?
Or
is
did
that Matt
De Silva
finding
make
the
a
pace?
move on Dan? And Matt thought, thank you, Mama, for the carrots and got past.
So I'll keep an eye on this on my screen. Because like I say, it doesn't matter to where I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm using it out, and I'll jump back, let you know once it gets a bit interesting between the three.
Matt, Fury's in the pits.
As is Sooty, I think.
Sutty's in the pits. Overtaker's pitting. Priest is pitting.
Yorkshire make a pit stop was valid, so you must have made it just in time.
Yeah, he did make it. He timed that to perfection, crossing that. Because I believe as if you cross the pit speed line, that's when it counts. As a pit stop, as Akbar is. Well, if Akbar doesn't pull out of the pits, that would be what? That'd be race 1 ban. Because they've done the work. He's away. He's moving. Be interested to see if he's been caught speeding. Nope, he did get it slowed down in time. Wow, good brakes on an Audi. And battle for the lead is now 0.4 second.
Yeah,
I just looked.
Matt is slowly creeping onto the back of Dan and bringing the Silver with him. So Matt is in the middle of a sandwich there. Not much room in front, not much room behind. So we've got to drive him actually to make sure he keeps in that position.
Quietly in fourth though is Alex 10 Pau, but placed in France, where they actually one of the oldest race circuits in the world, street circuits that is. Pau, they used to hold Formula 2 there, and Formula 3000 back in the day. Oh, Gary overcooking his pit entry. Oh, don't clip the walls. Inside pit entry brings his car to the 50 kilometres or 31 miles an hour.
Now is Fury have just left the pit exit right in front of the 3 leaders. Manages to keep himself out of trouble, but that couldn't have been easy for coming up the pit lane on the apex turn 2.
No, but Dan probably would have been shouting at him in the FU racing chat, saying, "We're coming around, be wary." So,
I know my teammate had an issue with your teammate last night, or almost had an issue with your teammate last night when he left the pits after his drive-through in race 2. I said, be careful of that Dav leaving the pits, and it didn't sound great from where I was sitting.
I won't know what happened because I didn't even join any parties last night. I was just in
like
a
what
pain.
Holty said, I think Holty was wide out of turn 1, and then all of a sudden Dav appears in front of him.
I am gutted I missed out on points. But if I can't drive a car...
Your health is more important at the end of the day. You'd rather come back fit next week.
At least in the F1 game, if things get too bad, I could just hit the pause button and the AI take over. On this, I can't. Gary has completed his pit stop and is away.
No drive-through either. So
no drive-through. And Palava's in his boxes as is Sekulovic in the black and red McLaren. I'll get it all the time.
Even though Fury's a lap down, he's sticking with these front 3.
But now because Fury has pitted, Dan's free to pit. And the same with Matt.
Matt as well.
But the person who doesn't have to worry about pitting is De Silva. He has no teammate.
No. So just for your PN, your opinion PN, and also Tony. So what? Obviously, there's rumours going around next season that we're not running teams next season. What would you prefer to keep the team, or would you like to see the teams go and run individually?
I want the option.
Where do you fit?
I want the option of having a teammate if you can, and run a team. But I also want to bring back the V12 Aston Martin.
If you find someone on this, you might find someone to drive it with you. The leaders now come up to Gary, almost a lap down. Could favour Matt here.
So Gary actually jumped Fury, but Fury lost a lot of time.
Did Fury
but
have
at the
that
moment, but also the car drivers don't have to move over.
Very close to the back of Dan there.
Matt, in GT rules, that the lead cars, the blue flags on the cars.
I feel we've got the inside of Matt Himovic into turn 1. Backs out of it though.
No, not yet. Give it time.
Got the run. Matt slight twitch on the exit of the corner, give the field a run, but eventually have the legs over the McLaren.
This is actually the closest battle on track at the moment, is the battle for the lead, with Alex a further 6 seconds behind in 4th place. Smokey now currently 5th. But this is a track a lot of drivers would have seen before on Project Cars 2. Matt launched it over the curb.
The problem is that gap to Dan or Alfred is growing ever so slightly every now and then. So is Matt starting to struggle now with the pace and the dirty air from the Lamborghini in front?
Indeed. I do have Matt's stream on beside me, but on mute, so I can actually see what he's doing. And I'm not going to relay information in the comms of what his tyres are doing or anything like that, because that's not right. But I can see it. I can probably see Dan's as well, and all the drivers that do stream. A Smoky Devil is very wide.
As Matt Henrich and DeField are all three come into the pits at the same time. Matt goes into the back of Dan into the pit exit line. Or entry line, sorry. Argy Bargy in the pit lane. They're taking my nickname.
No, I thought your nickname was Caroline. I can't
change in Discord, and I can't change it.
I can't save a second one on stream, even though I did just slip up earlier because of my back and everything. Like now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether if Dan gets a warning for speeding in pit lane, but Matt did give him a nudge there.
But that'll be like, we'll have to remove that because that's not Dan's fault at the end of the day if he was pushed.
It'll be fact to look at in the steward's room if it does give him that certain penalty.
Yeah,
but
I bet
only Alex left the pit.
Alex has got the pit, Smoky Devil and Nexus have got a pit. Euro's
Who's
pitted.
Get away first? I don't know I don't know how you change the camera angles. Or Matt's away. Matt have jumped on Orthodubs, and DeField have jumped on Orthodubs as well.
Ooh, did Dan have a little bit of damage by being clipped back by Matt going into the pits?
But then Matt would have got the damage as well, though, wouldn't he?
It would have damaged just fine. Ugbar coming around the first corner way too quick there with the car's exit and pits. If he puts that in, he should have been aware of the pit exit, to be honest, and give the drivers coming out the pit lane space. If not, you got Paul Ricard when Wolfinator found my teammate Daz Automatics Ferrari very attractive, and they hit each other.
I don't know how, but obviously from what I was listening this morning when I watched back the stream from last night, Dan had the overhead shot. I don't know how to change camera angles.
Go to drive and press triangle on each car, and it changes the camera angle. I won't do it because I'm in. If I do, it locks my cameras, and then I can't get to the main broadcast camera again. Those who know the foils of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Good job I don't have face cam on because you see me doing the hand gesture all the time, being an Italian every time I say it.
But no, looking for just Alex, Smokey, and Nexus left to pit. Matt Henrich now in front, have the clear track, and he's slightly extending the gap over the two behind.
Got Smokey being Euro unlapping himself past Smoky Devil, which you are allowed to do as long as you do it cleanly.
You've got the pace advantage, If you've got the pace advantage to get past, you're allowed to unlap yourself, but obviously, ideally, if you've got the similar pace...
We are at the halfway
even though
mark,
Euro
still a long way
just
to
got the
go.
blue flag there and he moved back over. So...
But no, as you said earlier, PM, we do run the endurance rules here at Simplay, so drivers do
not in Formula 1.
Not necessarily have to move out of the way. They can hold the line, but the cars behind have to do the overtaking.
Apparently, I just checked Discord. I pronounced his name right for Camille. So, well done me. As Nexus has entered the pits, has he got teammates to Ugbar in terminal velocity, which would have been DJ Phil if DJ Phil was in Pro. Yeah, okay. Or Ugbar was in Pro-Am.
But as it stands at the moment, obviously, it looks like that Holty and Shane will be definitely going up. Myself, I've got 9 fingers on the position going up, but as I say, anything's possible. 2 weeks left to go.
I probably won't be going up unless we do it on an SA rating. If we do it on a SA rating, with my
Yeah, if we
SA
do it
rating
on-
of 97, I'm definitely in Pro. But I'll be on my own every race.
That's the problem. What we potentially I'm going to face next season, and similar to with Shane as well. That we just make too many errors to be able to fight with the guys in Pro. They've got another level on us.
Alex still hasn't pitted as he goes through the the X chicane. Looking at my little handy book, because this was a former Grand Prix circuit. The Grand Prix circuits. And it has track maps of most circuits that Formula 1 has raced on as a championship event. Because it's got Zolder in here. As I find it, because it was first used for Formula 1 in 1973. Because I alternated with Neville circuit, which is now gone. It's now an industrial site. Zolder opened in 1963, looking at the book. And there's also a Jochen Rindt Bock, which is, I think that's curve. But Belgium is Flemish, so it's like a cross between German and French. That's how I figure out.
Just doing a quick comparison, actually, from last night's qualifying times to this evening's qualifying time for race 1. Anyone from Pro-Am would not have been any higher than 12th position. That just shows you the quality difference between Pro and Pro-Am.
Well, I think Holty in qualifying did a 29, didn't he? Which
29 in qualifying, so that would be top 9.
Alex now pits. Does Smokey come here following him? We've got 6 minutes and 50 seconds, as I say, out of the window left to go, and then that's everyone who has pitted. I'm not seeing anybody lag, including Jamie. As I jumped to
the top 3 have clove together again.
Yeah, we've got Matt from De Silva from Unorthodox.
All within 3/10 of one another.
And Gary is a good 20 seconds behind, looking at that gap, because they're gone through turn. The leaders have gone through the Villeneuve chicane, and Gary's now gone through the first chicane. Smokey is Smokey.
Now starting to drop off the back.
Smokey's not pitted. No pit stop yet for Smokey. He's got time. I like an early pit stop, especially in race 1. And if I'm in traffic.
I think that was my mistake last night. To be honest, with the driver, I should have come in straight away and got it out of the way. But I decided to keep going and end up getting stuck in more traffic when I come out.
I like an early pit stop. I think Daz like more of a later pit stop because he uses his tyres more than me. Who doesn't?
Go on.
I think it's down to driving style as well. I'm not as aggressive.
You've got to come to where your position are on track as well. Like I say, if you're like in Matt's, the lead top 3 driver positions, Matt, De Silva and Unorthodox, you'd want to probably go as late as possible to get out the lap traffic. But if you're at the back, you might as well go early and get it out of the way.
Alex has just exited pits. He's in front, jumped Gary. Yes, Gary comes through turn 2, looking at the mini-map, whilst the leaders are... I've got
Wasn't
a nice...
Alex already in front of Gary, though, before the pit stop?
Yeah, I believe he was. But he stays in front, so we've got a Bentley 1 Smokey stops. We've got a Bentley 145 currently. I had a think there. I'm thinking hurts.
256 at the moment, but obviously with Smokey still to pit, Matt is in net first place when Smokey decides to enter pit lane with just under 4.5 minutes remaining.
Smokey now comes up to turn 3. He's not pitted yet, so he's probably got his head in the clouds, going, "Oh, I'm in the lead. I like this in the lead." Because Matt is probably nearly a lap down because this track's very short. It's probably one of the shortest tracks we go to during the season.
Shortest track, but I think the quicker lap time. I think what we found last night is when you come into your pit stop, you pretty much lose a lap on the driver behind or in front.
Smokey needs to pit within the next 3 and a bit minutes. As Brees now comes up to Euro, and Euro's gone past him. So we're going to get interesting inquiries later for this race start again. Yes.
Yeah, we've already got the UP bar to look at. For the failure to comply with the qualifying ban he obtained last week.
The week
whether that
before.
means you'll get a drive, I don't know whether it's down to the steward, but I don't know if it will be a pit lane start for next week rather than no qualifying to give him that extra penalty.
To be honest, sometimes you're better off starting from the pits. I actually thought I should have done that in Monza.
You get that delay, don't you? You can't start at the same time, you have to wait for most of the cars.
You have to wait till the car passes the first corner. But that's normally when all the chaos happens. So, Jamie is right on the back of Carey.
That's not going to do anything. With a track like this where it's out of the way of turn 1, it would be a good thing. But Brand Patch next week into Paddock Hill Bend isn't where you want to be, coming out a bit lane.
Oh, Paddock Hill, what a corner. Oh, it just falls away. I'm well acquainted with the gravel traps out of Clearways, by the way, as well. I know Mark did some rally marshalling at Brands and walking across that gravel trap. It's deep. You need wellies.
I can beat that here, and I've been down Paddock Hill on my backside, so you know.
I don't recommend that.
When I used to race 125 back when I was a teenager.
Smokey is in the pits. And away. And he's not a stop done. That was a very good stop by Smokey Devil. He comes out though. As he filters back in. I'm making sure he doesn't exit the pits incorrectly behind Nexus.
But just going back to the 3 leader, the gap is now slowly but surely spreading out. It was 3/10 per gap, it's now 5/10 per gap. With Dan slightly further behind now, just under a second from the silver.
Yeah, these three are very, very, very evenly paced. Meanwhile, but it's going to look like Overtaker will can't be able to qualify for race 2 unless he makes up the next 2 positions, which is in front of Smokey Devil. And them 2 are best buds, he says sarcastically.
So, just going back to a question I asked PN earlier, I know, obviously, PN, you said you'd want team, or Matt goes wide into turn 1, does the Silver get the run on him? Do Silver and Matt side by side into turn 2?
I have it up now, so all our millions and millions of viewers remember to like, comment and subscribe.
But it will settle back down to in the same order. However, an Orthodox is now a lot closer and potentially will get the run on De Silva on this little small back straight.
Importantly here though, De Silva and Unorthodox are going to score a lot of points on Overtaker.
Yeah.
For Matt, this possibly his last full both races. He may make race 2 next week in the hotel on this place.
But he'll be on a pad though, won't he? He won't be on a.
Yeah, he'll be on his pad. And as someone who plays this game on pad, I'm not very good. And it's starting to show now because everyone else is getting used to the game and they're getting quicker.
Oh, Gary's had a spin.
Oh, has the collector collected anyone? He's close to Jamie still. Oh, who's that going off? Is that Akbar entering the pits?
Pit window is now
As the pit window's closed, he's found another wall again. He's probably got quite a lot of damage there. That's why it's not turning. As there's now 0.6 of a second to the lead, with Dan now filling the rear view mirrors of the Silver. Oh, if you didn't see it last week, go back and watch De Silva's pass on the outside of Fury in race 2 at the first chicane at Monza. What a move by De Silva. That McLaren stops.
Which is not what I'm looking forward to next week with Green Wolfinator finding a bit of form in the last few weeks.
As you're... Oh, we've lost a driver. We are down to 17. Who have we lost? We have lost... Sekulovic. That's another qualifying ban.
Yeah, as people may know, we do encourage drivers to finish the race.
Back to the lead as a second.
But Matt has built a gap with Dan on Alfred's back on the back of De Silva. Matt flashing away there at the car in front, back marker.
I'm just going to note that in the AC Stewards chat, so we have a record of what's happened. So we.
What, Matt flashing his lights? That's not new.
No, not the flashing the lights. He's flashing his lights because he's famous on Twitch and YouTube. He's
he looks to make a move out of the way for the three leaders.
Thinking, they're quick. 3 manufacturers as well for the race win. We have the Bentley, which is technically German owned because it's owned by VW. We have the McLaren, which I think they still run Mercedes engines in them, unless they now make them in house. And we got the Lamborghini, which is an Audi A8 R8 V10 in fancy Italian clothes. But hey, I would wear Italian clothes, they're really nice.
So just going back in the comments on the YouTube stream, obviously it's probably a bit late, but Wolfgang Schrodel, if I pronounce that right.
That's Green Wolfinator.
Green Wolfinator. If Dan's going to win, and Camille Van Albel is thinking De Silva. So currently those two drivers in second and third position with Bentley out front.
It's back to 0.3 of a second between Matt De Silva and Dan. This battle, with 2 minutes left on the clock, is going to the wire.
But after watching the stream from last night, I just want to. I feel bad for what happened to Green Wolfinator with Kelly and I believe it was Leon Fernie in the middle of race 2 when they come together.
Was it Leon's lag?
Leon's lag. Give me the extra 10-second buffer that I needed.
As we're in the final couple of laps, we'll keep with the lead battle on stream.
We'll get another one, maybe one more lap after this, I think, with the pace they've got.
But I've just jumped to the big boy Brazier Gary Fury battle.
I'll keep an eye on this battle and I'll shout if it gets spicy. But none of the cars are close enough at the moment.
And the next person close is Smokey, 0.5 of a second behind Nexus. Overtaker can't qualify, he's in 9th.
He'll be the last person that cannot qualify.
It being in 9th. Yes, we've lost a driver with Sekulovic. Please, if you've got a lot of damage, you don't quit the race. You can return to pits, you could pit drive and wait 2 minutes, and then your car's magically fixed. And you can carry on. As I jump quickly back to the lead battle.
For some reason, I know this is coming up to the last lap. I don't think.
Gary's wide!
I was about to say, Dan's looking rather interested on the back of De Silva and coming into the last lap with 30 seconds left to go of the race.
Overtaker's got in front of Peaceful, as Nexus had a wiggle.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now.
As we're on the final lap of race 1, here at Zolder in Belgium, where Top Gear Settle did a load of challenges with the German Top Gear crew. Oh, Sabine Schmidt, we miss you as well.
So, obviously, going to question to both of you, in that scenario with 20 seconds, if you worked it out in your head that you were going to cross the line with 20 seconds left to go, would you have not tried to back off with a few laps to go to save you doing that extra lap?
Depends how close you are. If you're on your own and you've got a nice comfortable cushion, then yeah, back off and not do another lap. But when you're in a battle for the lead like we have right now, with a second covering them, the top 3 cars, you're going to go for it, aren't you?
Yeah, but I think Ukbar could be in a position to get involved here with coming up to the second half of the last lap.
Oh, indeed, but
Danny side by side with De Silva coming into the hairpin.
I've got it behind. Dan Does Dan get in front?
Right.
Come on, cameraman. Come on, cameraman. Come on,
Through side
cameraman.
by side, going into the last corner. They give each other room, but Diffie will have the inside
Ogbar
line.
is moved
Ogbar.
over. Ogbar is
Ogbar.
getting involved as Matt rounds the final corner. It's got to be Matt. Let's see, he spins it on the curb. Matt takes the win for race one from Dan, and then De Silva in third. So Dan did get him. Alex on his debut for Simplay is 13 seconds in front of Big Boy Brazier, so he's going to come home a comfortable fourth.
With what happened in the pit stop, I'm not sure if we would have seen the last of that one.
No, that might be with more stewards' inquiries. Big Boy Brazier is still in the battle with Gary and Fury. But it looked like Jamie's got this. My teammate in Formula 1 for Ferrari. Gary's giving a cheeky flash across the line. Fury comes home in 7th. Here's overtake him. Not a bad drive. Up to 8th. From starting near the back.
It's not what he'd want though, is it? Now you have to start from the back all over again.
Peaceful Explosion in 9th. Smoky Devil is 10th. Not a bad result for Smoky. Nexus 11th.
Just overtaker there. I know he finished the race, but he just full-blown pelted it into the wall after the race.
Yeah. Brees in 12th. Euro come home in 13th. They were all involved in the turn 1 incident at the start. Sutty and Palava are touching each other. Watch it, Sutty. Hidu front. Yeah, it was a great race in the front of Sutty. And here's your results for race 1. Matahimovic from Undor for Dubs. De Silva, Alex. Big Boy Brazier, Gary 131, Fury CPK, Overtake Peaceful Explosion, Smoky Devil, Nexus, Brees, Euro, Impalava, Sutty, Yorkshire Mika, Ukbar, and Sukulovic, who quit the race 15 laps ago. So he quit literally after the second lap. So after his pit stop. So that's a no-no. And Yorkshire Mika again because he joined the lobby in a GT4 car. Yeah, and
Go, go, go.
And that's as we'll take a short break and we will be back shortly for the top 2 interviews unless De Silva joins us. See you in a bit. We got no. Just briefly, mic sound question mark. That'd be the OBS end from Matt's end. So yeah,
Well, in that case, I'll have a quick run through of that. Great race between Matt and De Silva. Was great fun. Enjoyed it. A little bit of nift off the contact in the pit lane, but we'll see what the stewards say. All in all, great race. Great for second place. Good move on De Silva. Catching Fury and Overtaker. Blah 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 blah. Let's go race 2. Terrible track to overtake. People are going to go flying. Done. Matt, your turn.
Lambo on fire.
Lambo on fire. Bring back the Lexus. Did I?
Oh,
don't worry, Dan.
someone be messaging you in morning now.
Dan, I might be throwing my Ferrari on that same bonfire. Okay.
Yeah, we're having Italian pizza.
Yeah. Ain't that pizza in general?
Right. You could have the Bentley on there, then it's a British pizza.
Right, over to technically German, but over to our race winner in race 1, Matt. Hello, welcome. So how was your race 1? Is Matt there?
Is he gone? Have you unplugged his mic again?
Has he unplugged his mic? I'm watching him in the stream. He has, haven't he?
He's not even twigged. He's not twigged.
I can see fumbling.
Am I back?
Yeah,
Right, over to you, Matt. How was your race 1?
Yeah, good. Got past Fiore early doors. Sorry, had a moment, and then it was just catch De Silva. Caught him, got past him. He made a mistake on the grass. I got up past him. Good little scrap with Dan. I have to apologise because I did catch Dan in the pits. I was on the brakes and the car just didn't stop, and I tried to avoid Dan and kind of put myself in the wall, but I caught the back of him, so I do apologise for that. Obviously, stewards will decide what stewards decide. But no, good race.
Yeah, as I said to Dan, that was a bad battle, and you're going to miss next 2 weeks being working. Miss Brands and Mazzano, 2 other quite twisty, narrow tracks. Well, what I've seen from testing.
Do you know what? It's a shame because obviously Overtake's had a bad night. I've gained on, at the minute, standings as they are, I've gained on De Silva. And it's just, I can't be annoyed. It's, I've got, everybody has to work. Sutty's missed races because of work. So is Daz in Pro-Am. I've got to work. Unfortunately, I have to travel for work, which is makes it impossible for me to race on a Thursday. But it's just annoying that, I've got the pace to fight at the front, got the pace to fight for the championship, and I can't be there. And as well, I feel for Gary, because Gary's put some good results in for us to be leading this constructors battle. And, I feel like I've let him down, so to speak, because obviously I'm not here to help him try and win that. We stuck together as a team, hence the gold on the car for the constructors win we've had the last 2 seasons in GT3s on Project Cars. And I just feel like I've let him down, and yeah.
Right, I just caught Sutty crashing it coming out of the pits. Yeah, so pretty much this is the end of your season, unfortunately.
Yeah, race 2, give it as best a shot as we can. Hopefully we can come away with a win, and hopefully we can come away with a win that we might actually keep, that's not in the steward's room, so we'll see what happens. We've lost a driver. Who has?
Who have we lost?
Breeze, is it?
Breeze went.
Hang on.
Oh, we lost 2.
And I've lost the other one now.
Yeah, me, I think.
I've gone. I've gone.
I've gone.
Yeah, all gone.
Right, we are going to go for a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, back in a bit. And this race is Jamie's 150th race at
Right.
Simplay. Matt's just reminded me on Discord. So, can Jamie get a good race for his 150th race start here at Simplay Motorsport? So
looking at the
championship.
standings, yep, equal great mind think alike. Looking at the standings now, what we have is De Silva out in front with 297 points. Matimic in second, that, as we found out before the line went down, is that he's no longer here after this week. 15 points back, with Overtaker 17 points back. So Matt has jumped Overtaker as it stands before the stewards' inquiries that we know about. Then we have Big Boy Bravia in fifth place. Overtaker, Unorthodox, Big Boy Bravia, Gary 131, Fury, Emplava, Euro Laka, apology for pronunciation, Peaceful Explosion, Breathe 2000, Smoky Devil, Monkey Boy, Fatty Apex, Nexus, Ukbar, D-Biggs, Alex, Yorkshire and Filakulovic in last. But there's I've just realised Monkey Boy's not there again this evening.
No, I think he's working as well, isn't he? Okay, he was down as a decline on the Discord. As was D-Biggs.
So, coming across to the manufacturer or team championship, we have Jaeger Motorsport out in front, with That'll Buff Out Racing P2, FU Racing P3 in Lamborghini, Michael Massey's Mango Lassie in fourth position, here PN last, PRT Squadra Course McLaren 297, Terminal Velocity Racing Audi, followed by an independent Ferrari. I'm not sure who that would be.
Might be Euro.
Possibly Euro. FFTR Racing in the Porsche 911. Beyond the Motoristico in the Ferrari again.
That's just Monkey Boy on his own now since Disco left us.
Bentley Bullies, OMO Motorsport Independent, I'm assuming you know what I mean, and Power Clan in the Ferrari also bring up the rear, but I believe that might be I don't think the Power White that potentially is Sekulovic. Yeah, it's
Sekulovic was in McLaren.
It's down a Ferrari on the table, but as I say, he may have been in the Ferrari and then changed to McLaren. I don't know, but as I say, he's in the McLaren in the main standings, which is the all important thing.
So currently, so far, who've set a lap? Euro is on provisional pole with a 1:30.6. And Nexus are a further 4 tenths behind. Smokey 5 tenths behind. Sutty is 1.2 seconds behind, and Ugbar is 2.6, so might as well be in Pro-Am right now.
And Plava out on circuit have well yet to set a lap time.
Yep, and with Yorkshire Micker can qualify, so I don't know why he's not gone out yet. And that's it of the people left in the race who can still qualify. So if Yorkshire Micker's in the main broadcast, you can qualify. You have 4 minutes.
You need to get out sharpish as it's better. I'll say for at least a minute 45 for an outlap. So, going to what we discussed in the commentary box with an orthodox in the post-race interview. In his scenario, would you go what he said, start from pit lane, or would you just start where you've been given and just try your luck with knowing what's happened in the last few weeks?
Personally, I would have started from pit lane. I wish I did a Monza, then I wouldn't have had to avoid a spinning Brin and then get nearly a minute's worth of damage.
Could be worse. You could have had a DJ Field to avoid.
Ah, yes, I saw that as well. Well, we all got involved, didn't we, in that start line? Because I clipped your car as I was across the track, and I was just
I think I went left to avoid Shane, who would flow. Managed to get past 90% of the cars, and then next thing I'm facing the wrong way.
Oops.
Yeah, it was interesting. Right start at Monza. Well, let's hope we get a better race start for race 2 here and no collision in turn 1.
We can only hope. As I say, going back to last week, I feel like I threw away a race win by not repairing the damage, but as I say, damage overall cost me that one with Green
Wolfinator.
Green Wolfinator, that one. I actually had a stronger pace.
Don't mind me.
And Pava goes pole, yeah, right.
Yeah, Empalava on pole for that Buff Out Racing McLaren, which is not. Yes, it's orange, but we're doing the Grand Claw thing and saying it's brown. As I try to get comfortable on my back again. Kevin, talk us through the time so far.
So what we have here is Emplava currently on pole with a 1 minute 30.3. Euro is in second, 0.2 behind. Nexus in P3, 0.7 behind. Sorry, of
he's just gone pole.
Euro's on pole.
Euro's on pole.
That's close for
3,000.
Euro.
Width for tyre, that is.
Smokey's coming back out on track with a minute 40 left on the clock.
That's going to be tight. Getting round Smokey, leaving that late.
Yorkshire Mick has missed his opportunity to qualify for race 2, but we'll probably start in P8. De Silva with a prime starting position. Oh.
Saying that, Yorkshire Mick just got dropped. So
yeah, he just got dropped. So because I was jumped to him then.
He's probably just realised he's now too late.
Yeah, he's probably just saw the time and went, oh dear.
Well, he actually found I'm on him now, and he keeps being dropped and riven again. So I don't.
He's put the setup in, isn't he? I think because the game sometimes does that. And yep, this race again. Just to remind everyone, is Big Boy Brazier's Jamie's 150th race start here at Simplay. And you will see him again on Sunday, where you join a Northern Zone comms for Formula 1 at Mexico. Yeah, I don't like Mexico, especially at the penultimate lap.
So I'm at the Arsenal West Ham game. So depending on what time I get back, if I'm going to families after, if where I'll be
Empalava's gone pole.
That's a bit better. A bit more of a comfortable gap.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mexico, especially on penultimate lap when sitting on the podium in third place and crashing out.
Well, we done the charity race there a few years ago. 100% around Mexico on not last year's F1 game, or one even before that. And it wasn't the nicest of tracks. Kept having to put the car into lean to get across the line.
Euro has finished his qualifying as he pulls to the side of the road. Nexus, I believe, is on his last lap to qualify.
No, I'm
Smokey,
not going to start reading them again until they get all finished.
Smokey isn't it? Got round in time as he yeets over the curb again. These curbs are very unforgiving here.
Yeah, I found out last night when I was trying to be consistent. But it looks like that could be it.
That's it for Empalava as he currently on pole for race 2.
Next lap's invalid, so he's not going to improve.
Yep. Just leave Smokey and maybe Akbar.
Akbar coming across the line now.
Akbar's coming across the line now. Does he improve? He does not. Well, he does in time. He's staying 2/10 seconds. But not.
Fuck's sake, Matt. You know where the fucking thing is, man.
Jeez. Start of the 7th. For right. Smokey rounds the final turn. Powers down towards the line. There's a marshal waving a yellow flag when it should be a checker flag. And that's Smokey stays in 5th place behind Sutty. As I return to garage so I could choose the cars. So pole positions in Palava. Euro Lakia is 2nd in the Ferrari. 3rd is Nexus in the Audi. 4th is Sutty in the Ferrari. 5th is Smoky Devil in the Audi. 6th is Akbar in the Audi. With De Silva the highest non-qualifier because Yorkshire Mika did not return, and I'm now locked on a single camera. Well done, Dane.
So Obviously, I don't know who you're looking at, PN. Me and Tony will have
De Silva.
the end of you.
I'm
You're on
watching De Silva.
You're on mid-pack.
I'm on mid-pack, yeah. But as soon as it goes drive, because I can't return the garage, even though I thought
If
I'd
you
return the
try and
garage.
get to the front of the pack, I'll keep an eye on the middle and Tony keep an eye on the back and see what we come across.
Fair enough.
Will Dan do what he said in the interviews and start from the pit lane?
I'm going to click on Dan now. He's still on the grid at the moment, but obviously I don't know if it get remove him from the grid.
Final preparations going into the cars now as we come into the final. Well, we're in the final 5 races of the season.
Final 5. Who's your prediction for race 2? To get it in, people in the chat, who do you think's going to win this one? I'm going to ask you guys before we see what people do in terms of starting, whether pit lane start, what have you. Who's your fate? Who's your choice going into race 2?
You got to give it to De Silva, really. He's just so solid. He's clean. He brakes really late because that really impressed me. His starts is braking at Monza.
Dan still haven't been dropped with 5 seconds left to go. Is he doing what we think he's doing, going back to pit lane?
Is he going to wait until the first car's past the first corner?
Danny's still there.
Oh, someone else has missed the start because the car just disappeared on my screen. Yeah. I believe it was Akbar. No, Akbar is there. As I cannot return the garage yet. No, do not quit. That'd be clever, Phil.
It is Sutty Apex.
Sutty Apex is got to start from the pit lane. That has an orthodubs. As the cars now approach the start line, Empalava controlling the pace. Dan did take the start, I believe. Yeah, and it's go, to quote Murray, because Murray was the best commentator for F1, hands down. Empalava over the curb in turn 1.
Yorkshire Micker off. Beef explosion wide into turn 1. Oh,
yeah. Is Sutty moving? As I jump to Sutty. Sutty is moving and away. So and that race 2 start seemed a little cleaner than race 1. De Silva's already up to 4th. So brilliant stuff. Matt Himovic is up to 5th. So good start by Matt. Alex is in 6th. Akbar 7th. Oh, there's cars hopping the curb. There's cones flying everywhere.
Alex, Fury. Leave 2 of them there cutting the chicane there.
It's not wise cutting the chicane, especially this early in the race. Your tyre pressures are still low-ish. Especially if you ready up straight away and not wait till 30 seconds to go.
Oh, an awful side by side with Euro.
Yeah.
Overtaken wide.
Overtaker very wide. As Dan's past Overtaker, Yorkshire Micker and Peaceful Explosion are close together. Having a look on the inside of the Overtaker. Yorkshire Micker is very deep.
Torpedo there into Euro.
Overtaker's doing a spinneroonie. He must be a Booker T fan from wrestling. Those who don't know, I actually like it.
I didn't see the incident between Overtaker, but did he get caught out with the?
I think he got caught out with the missile of Yorkshire. I think he got caught out thinking, Sutio, starting from the pits, not a bad shout. He's now behind his teammate.
But that helped with the incident in second, third to last corner.
As Nexus currently leads this race in the Audi with Empalava in second, Smoky Devils holding third, Matt and De Silva.
De Silva through.
Or is that De Silva holding position? Because De Silva was in front of Matt.
Matt was in front when the camera panned.
Oh, as we come to the chicane, the Bentley, De Silva gives him room. Brilliant driving by De Silva, not gonna lie. Alex in 6th, Gary in 7th, Akbar in 8th. 9th is Big Wood Razor.
And all of that had the worst start of the 3 podium finishes last race.
Indeed, yes. And Overtaker's having a really bad race again this week. This game is not for pad. Not gonna lie. It is not a bad game. I respect
Gary, Smoky Devil.
De Silva. Yeah,
I believe followed him through. The cameraman panned round.
Come on, cameraman. These cameramen are worse of the ones in the F1 broadcast sometimes. Yeah, Matt is not past. He's flashing his lights. Flashy, flashy. We are touring car fans. That's what we do. of which next week most of you lot will be on the Sunday will be at BTCC Donington. I will be there, and Palava had a little look at Nexus in the lead.
This is what Matt doesn't want, the Silver getting out front, getting the gap.
Getting the gap while Matt's being held up by Smoky Devil.
An attack from behind as well by Alex as well, the new driver.
The new driver, but also in the Bentley. Will Bentley run it as a super team, effectively, like think, oh, you're in the same manufacturer as
Matt
me.
wide, but he's got to run Smokey.
He's got to run on Smoky. Smoky was a bit held the corner a bit tight. Euro's in the pits, must have
Alex as well.
damage, but we're 16 minutes from the window opening. His car looks very low, actually. He might actually have suspension damage. Overtaker, 14th on his own.
One over that looks to be the cameraman.
Fury has passed Akbar.
Fury's got past. Dan's still stuck behind him.
Well, now Akbar can defend. Oh, that might be deep. But Dan's got the run on him. Can Dan get him into the VX chicane? I'm looking at my
going to start singing Witch Doctor with them noises.
What's that?
I'm going to start singing Witch Doctor in a minute, them noises.
I don't know that song. I only listen to heavy metal.
Booty. I won't do it.
I only listen to proper old school heavy metal. When they still had long hair. Oh, De Silva had a look into turn 2 on Overtaker. Matt's now back on to Empalava. Yeah. Brown car. Overtaker is having a mare once again.
What the championship needed though, going into the final 2 weeks, final 4 races of the season, Overtaker's on a bad week to bring it closer behind.
Well, it was De Silva leading.
Oh yeah, cool.
De Silva new to Simplay this season.
De Silva is a new Overtaker.
No, De Silva uses a wheel. You can tell why De Silva uses a wheel if you watch the drivers. I mentioned this last week in stream. But if you look at how smooth the driver is in the car, it's just smooth. But if you watch like Overtakers on board, it's like the camera. Oh no! If you look at Overtaker's driver, because he's on the sticks on a DualShock 4. But actually, I think he uses PS5 now, so that's a dual sense. But if you look at how the driver is, it's like jerking left and right with the steering. Though Jamie's look quite smooth, so maybe Jamie's found something that no one else knows in the Audi, who is behind his teammate for Michael Massey's Mango Lassie. Awful name, not gonna lie.
But
is Euro away, or has Euro retired the car? I mean, you might as well go around and get the finish. Nexus, so with the lead of 0.9 of a second. With Matt is on the back of De Silva. He's having a look going into the first chicane. That's not wise.
Not really unless you get a long fight. Not really an overtaking position due to the curves.
You've got to have your big boy pants on. Oh, speaking of smoke going over the curb, Smokey.
New pair of pants, that one.
Took off then.
I think he put his teammate off because Fury's trying to get past both of them.
Trying to copy Overtaker in midweek.
Oh, Smokey's round. Smokey's lost it in the Villeneuve chicane. What became the Villeneuve chicane? There.
They feel right inside of him lava. Will Matt follow him through?
Come on, cameraman! Cameraman! Come on!
Emplava and De Silva, door-by-door contact.
Oh, Matt's having a look down the inside of De Silva. Matt's passed into the final chicane of the corner. That's a bit of thank you, mama, for the carrots there from Matt.
What's the word? Opportunistic move there from Matt, taking them out into De Silva's door run.
Yeah, and now he hunts down everyone's favourite Latvian, Impalava, who likes his basketball.
De Silva make the lunge. Not really going to work out there.
That won't be a lunge by De Silva. De Silva would be calculated with his pass. What I've seen most of the season.
It just looked like the field went from left to right, and I thought he was making a lunge.
Either Euro's got very, very... Ooh, De Silva did lose it. And now Alex is up to second.
Could we have a
Jamie has
podium?
Jamie has a Fury rear bumper right now.
That's what I'm watching.
And Gary's close by this. Dan's now up to 9th. Smokey in 10th. Akbar 11th. Sutty 12th. Overtaker 13th. He's in front of Peaceful.
Sorry, Emplava, I believe, have just lost it.
As I jump to... Yeah, Empalava's now behind De Silva. So Matt is now second, hunting down the Audi of Nexus. With Alex in third. Not a bad debut by Alex.
Could it be a debut podium or debut podium week for Alex in race 2?
That would make me very jealous. I've done nearly 100 races with Simplay. Okay, I'll be less now. For what? And I've only had 3 podiums. And one of them was very lucky at Spa in F1. Very lucky. Matt is all...
The last lap.
No, it was just with time penalties as well.
No, I think I was running 4th in the second to last lap, and I bottomed out on the curve after through the lap.
Matt is already on Nexus. Fury's part, and word in our ear from Tony. Yep, Fury is indeed in front of Big Boy Brazier.
It looks like Euro staying in the pits.
Yeah, if he doesn't pull out by the end of the race, we'll have to record that.
Yeah, qualifying ban as well.
It will indeed be a qualifying ban because that is a retirement. Yorkshire Mick has been lapped already. He's just getting out of everybody's way. He's got his teammate from the Bentley Bullies or Bruisers or whatever their team name is. Yet instantly pulls over to the right to let the leaders through. Which is what I like to see with lapped cars. Matt's having a look into the hairpin. Oh, that was close. Oh, by Yorkshire. Yorkshire Micker's getting out. He's returned to pits. Will he come back out after the 2-minute wait period? That is the question. Everyone has bad nights. I think De Silva and Empalava come to blows. Yeah, Empalava's missing. Yeah, that could go into
Empalava's slow.
Empalava is now pulling away now. He's behind Smokey, but in front of Akbar. Overtaker's now up to 12th. Probably driving absolutely furiously right now. And Tony's making noises I want to make because of my back. As Yorkshire Mickers in the pits, so is Euro. Keep an eye on them, see about retirements as we move back to the battle for the lead between Nexus and Matt Himovic. Nexus is also new to the league this season.
Quite a few newbies this season.
And, this is brave. Matt's going around the outside. There's now the inside for the chicane. Matt's passed.
Were side by side into the first chicane. Luckily, all come out unscathed.
Matt has got past a clean move past Nexus. And now in the lead, and he's now got a run.
Gary, Big Boy Braver and Orthodubs are all within half a second of one another.
As Fury clears out. Gary's now in front of Jamie. And Dan's behind Jamie. Jamie's having a little look at the inside of Gary. As Dan is there as well, trying to keep clean. Empalava's caught back up to Smoky Devil. I just lost my train of thought. Apologies.
Yeah. This is turning out to an interesting fact. If Unorthodox can clear both of these, he'll be back up into 6th position and then hopefully be able to catch the likes of his teammate Fury. Would Fury pull over and give it in position? Bear in mind there's not many rounds left.
Depends. Jamie's wide. Jamie had a little wiggle. Just a little wiggle. As I need another little swig of fluid. Quickly.
But what's Gary going to do here? Is Gary going to play the team game and hold Dan up? Or is Dan going to get past relatively easily?
Hard to say, Winter. It depends on each car. This is a very hard track to overtake.
Well, Gary takes off again at the curve.
Yeah, and found the gravel. Matt has already pulled up a 2.5 second lead over Nexus, with De Silva now catching Nexus. 3.1 seconds of a lead.
Oh, down up the inside of Gary. What? Gary had the momentum.
We've got a battle for second between Nexus and De Silva and Alex. And the battle between Gary and Orthodubs, Big Boy Brazier, Smokey's in this as well, and so is Empalava. And then there's a bit of a gap from Ogbar and his other best friend, Overtaker. Those who saw some of the things we saw.
I believe that's another retirement from Yorkshire Mickey there as well, so that'll be another qualifying ban.
It will indeed.
Over. Unless they just both either of them decide to rejoin the race.
Just leave the pit lane and come back out, as long as it's not within 5 minutes of the race ending. Or you got a reason why, like medically, like I could have started yesterday.
Walshy last night, bad back.
Yeah, well, me and Walshy are the same, but well, I don't have a slip disc.
Gary's lost it.
Yeah.
Gary's lost it. Dan has passed. Jamie has gone past. Dan is defending from Jamie. Jamie's alongside into the first chicane. Jamie's across the chicane. He has to yield.
They are free abreast.
Free abreast. Oh, this is going to get tight. Dan is in front of Gary. Who's late on the brakes into the chicane? Gary's. This is great racing.
Clean racing at that.
Smokey and Empalava are also involved in this. Meanwhile, back in front of the lead, just keeping an eye on the timing tree, Matt is now 4.6 seconds in the lead. So
Matt
he's
doing what he needs to do out front.
Yep, running and hiding. Running and hiding.
Jamie has a moment out the corner.
Jamie is pushing really hard.
Smokey will be near each other coming into this one.
I can guarantee you Jamie's not in a party with Smokey.
No, he's probably in with Matt and Gary and...
No, more likely Jamie's in the party we have for the F1 on his own.
When I look back at Matt's during the week, he was in Garrett and Matt's last week, so whether it be the same this week, I couldn't tell you without looking.
Yeah. Overtaker is catching Akbar very, very quickly. As Overtaker turns into turn 1 in his McLaren. With Akbar. And then the next person on Overtaker's hit list is his teammate. Matt is now 6.06 seconds. 6 seconds in front of De Silva. De Silva has finally got past Nexus.
Nexus into Powell.
Oh, Powell. Yeah.
Past Gary as well.
Yeah, Dan has passed, so there's been an incident between Alex and Nexus. But Fury's...
Gary's wide. Will Jamie get on the inside of Gary as well?
Alex has just returned to pits, so if that's another retirement. That's another qualifying ban. Drivers, again, are encouraged to finish for races.
It's like we need to put... And it just shows me that new drivers and some existing drivers don't read the rules and regulations as they're required to do so before taking part in any Simplay session.
Yeah, okay, like...
All know.
In F1, if you're missing a wheel, yeah, you're out. There's no choice. The game retires you.
Yeah. But there's no excuse in
this where you could... Unless you had terminal damage on, which I think is an option in the settings. So, like, Daz would never finish the race because he would have smashed his car.
Also, another bugbear of mine is driver's footage as well, with the recording footage.
Streaming.
Or streaming recording footage in case it's needed by stewards. We've been doing this, 8 seasons now, it's still a problem for some drivers to write footage.
So, word in the ear that Tony's beer, that Fury's touching curbs. He could probably see the silver and think...
Devil go flying.
Yeah.
Smoky Devil, Audi Airways again. As Matt is now 7.4 seconds in the lead of De Silva. De Silva's wound it in a little bit. as the pit window opens in less than 2 minutes. Will Matt pit nice and early to get it out of the way and not hit anyone in front of him?
So if I was Matt in this scenario, I'd probably go a bit longer, try until I get to a back marker, and then maybe then dive in.
Oh, Nexus has gone wide in the final turn. The nearest back marker would be Sutty, and Sutty's now coming through the hairpin. And Matt's gone through turn 1, looking at the mini-map. And plus you've got Alex, Yorkshire and Euro all sitting in the pits, which, if they're all retired, that's a qualifying ban. Slam dunk.
As we keep saying, drivers encouraged to finish the race.
Yes, you're having a bad race. So what? Nexus is struggling with his car.
It's not like you're paying to be
he's got to be careful. Dan's... Oh, there was contact between Nexus and Dan. And now with Jamie coming behind in the in another Audi. Jamie's having a little look. Gary's taking a watching brief, thinking, if they collide. More McLaren Airways there by Impolovsky. Smokey disappeared. There's Smokey now. He's just lost a position to Overtaker. Overtaker's now 9th. Trying to fight back. He must have some damage. But Overtaker was involved in incidents and he's still going. So hats off to Overtaker. De Silva in second. He's gone a bit wide in the final chicane. Sutty is now the last person running on the lead lap in his Ferrari. I believe both him and Peace will run the Evo version.
Who's going to be the first person to dive in the pits?
Yep, the window is indeed now open.
Overtaker keeps going, Smokey keeps going.
Does Akbar come in? No, Akbar keep going. Does Peaceful dive into the pits?
Fatio Picks dive in.
So Sutty is the first person to blink. Does he get the car down to 31 mile an hour because I run MPH and not kilometres? I wish I used the Bentley still. But then, if you still teamed up with Holty Argent, I'll have to be with Dean.
Not necessarily. Dean running independent.
As Sutty is the first person to pit out of all the runners and not return to pits like Alex and Yorkshire. Euro did drive the car back, but has not returned to the race.
Well, if you're looking for a bed at the end of the season, there could be one on the market.
No, I've already got one. But my teammate didn't want to run it because he, Simon Cowell drives well. Matt does not pit yet. Does De Silva jump into the pits first? De Silva does not pit. How about Fury? Fury is in the pits.
Which means on North now can't pit.
No, because it's kind of a rule, but not actually written down.
An unofficial rule.
Unofficial rule that you can't, because of pit lane size. Nexus pits, so that means Ugbar cannot pit.
I'm guessing Fury might have a bit of damage.
But just going back on what we were discussing first race, off we being teammates and teams essentially not being around next season, that may cause an issue if everyone decides to pit on the same lap.
Yeah. Oh, make pit stops chaos. Sutty is away.
Surely you'd have to be allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's not. If everyone's single, there's no rule saying half the drivers can't pit on the same lap.
Ugbar clipping the curb and trying to restart Audi Airways. Matt is
Could you imagine that in Pro, for example, today, for example, having all double runs wide, all 15, 16 cars pitting on the same lap.
Yeah.
Luckily, cars both in the pit.
De Silva, second. Bit of isolation now. 7.5 off the back of Matt. I think Dan and off
his way out.
Fury is moving. As he will shift up and take the limiter off now and hit the loud button. And Fury's away.
Where's Matt in all this? Will Matt come out in front of Fury, or will Fury get out before Matt gets round?
Matt's coming around turn 1 as Fury has now exited pit lane now into turn 2. Nexus is away. De Silva's still about 7.4 seconds behind Matt. Dan is 12 seconds behind De Silva, so Dan did have a wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Big Boy Brazier 2.5 behind Dan. Empalava 2.6 behind Jamie. Smokey 6 seconds off the back of Gary's in the pits. Overtaker is in the pits.
30 Apex must have had a long stop. It's coming up on my end that he's 2 laps down.
Yeah. It'd be at least 1 lap down already. But it'll go up to the right one when he goes through a retirement loop again. As Gary's in the pits, Overtaker's in the pits. Which means Matt cannot pit yet.
And Emplava also can't
or Empalava cannot pit. Oh, De Silva must have made a mistake because he's now 8.2 seconds behind Matt.
Any
Gary,
damage from De Silva you can see?
I will now move to.
Find him.
Oh, cameraman's found him.
He got stuck behind Nexus, maybe.
He might have got
Nexus
stuck
didn't
behind
he?
Nexus. I'm not seeing any scuffs on his Chrome McLaren, his Vodafone McLaren from F1 days. Gary is not away. Overtaker is. Oh, Gary's out of pit lane. No, Gary must have damage because he's lost out to Overtaker. As Jamie now comes into the pits, as does Empalava.
Is Emplava and Overtaker both in the same lap?
No, Overtaker's already clear.
He's gone. Okay.
Overtaker's clear.
I couldn't see Overtaker name in the list for a moment. That's why I was just checking.
No, Overtaker is clear. Yorkshire Mika and Alex have both quit the session. They have both quit the session. If you want to make a note of that, Argent, because no doubt you've got a pen and paper beside you.
I haven't, unfortunately, no.
But they've both quit the session. They have, so that is 2 retirements for the Bentley Bullies. Nexus is pushing hard. He's over the curbs.
All that means, Ken, is more work for us in the stewards room.
Oh, I know. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just recording it in the ACC stewards chat quickly, so I know. Oh, we've got a ticket in already as well. Yay!
Probably Dan. So
Right.
Dan,
That'd be Dan. Right, as De Silva has pitted before Matt. De Silva has pitted before Matt. Peaceful Explosion's also in the pits.
I think Matt's just going to go as long as he can while he's got free air. Just go as long as he can.
Yeah.
He's got Fury in front of him, but he's not catching him. Or that much, anyway. If Matt runs slightly wide.
Again, drivers are encouraged to finish. Even if you're having a terrible race, finish it. You've signed up. What else are you going to do with your evening? Yeah, you're not going to win. I don't win. Especially in F1. I'll be lucky to score a point in F1.
I've scored a point. I've scored points in my first week, and I've not scored any since.
I managed to score points in race 2 last week. Where were we? Kota. Yeah, I don't like Kota. I don't mind Interlagos next week, next Sunday, but it'll be the Sunday after because them 2 get pushed back because of Donington. Good. As Matt probably now puts it's De Silva away. It's De Silva. Yeah, De Silva is exiting the pitch, so he's not putting a lap on De Silva. Fury has Fury gained time on De Silva as Akbar is in the pits, which leaves Smoky Devil, Unorthodox and Matt to pit still. With the pit window, we've got another 12 minutes before it's shut. So,
We've
chat.
only got top 3 left to pit.
Let's get YouTube chat involved. Predictions on who's going to win this race. Go YouTube chat.
Another prediction: who's going to pit first, Matt or Dan? Matt Envich, that unorthodox. Both going very long into the second race. or longer than most in the second race.
Yeah, Matt's now coming through this chicane. I believe. Who's that behind? Hit Matt. It's Overtaker fighting Jamie. It's the battle of the pad users.
It's Overtaker.
Did Jamie hit?
Got in front of Overtaker just right there, but I was going to say Overtaker jumped Jamie in the pit stops.
Overtaker must have next to no damage at all, or didn't fix it. Again, that's possible. He might not have fixed the damage.
Holty didn't fix damage last night, and as much of it was hurting him, like I say, with track position being so key around here, done him a favour.
Back up Monza, I had so much damage, I had no choice because the whole car was bouncing. It was like, yeah, I got suspension damage, I have to fix that. As Dan pits first, Dan blinks first. As he enters pits, he hasn't been pushed this time by Bentley behind him. Just to remind everybody what happened.
Ironic if now Dan gets a penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Don't talk it up. So far,
I will do, because Dan will get after me to do it a couple of weeks ago at Zandvoort, so it's only fair. I do watch the stream back after the race, especially when I win.
What's a win now? I haven't had a win in Simplay ever. I've had a win.
This is my most successful season with 3 wins. It shows my history in every season competing in Simplay so far.
Maybe if I drop down an AM, if you run an AM league, I might get some wins.
Well, it's going. It could be possible.
But
or
I'm not.
Do a pad league rather than a.
Yeah, but thing is though, that won't really work with people like Overtaker in it on Jamie.
Or AM Pro League.
Matt is pits. Matt is pitted. Matt is in now.
The Pro-Am pad runners and the Pro-Am wheel runner in 2 different leagues.
Yeah. It'll just be me on my own then, because Daz has got a wheel now. He'll be on a wheel next season.
I think you've got Spiffy on a pad, you've got DJ Phil on a pad.
No, DJ Phil's on wheel.
You were on pad last night, according to the stream.
But
I'm sure DJ Phil, if DJ Phil is listening, let us know what you were using last night.
Yeah, Philip. It's like using my own name.
It was mentioned in comms that you were potentially using pad, but obviously you did best to know.
As Matt is now in his box, just Smokey is in now, so it just leaves Euro, who's sitting in the pits, and I believe that will actually be a retirement by Euro.
If 18 laps down, it's going to be classed for a retirement now. You can't fit in a pit for 18 laps and then come back out and expect to get away with it.
No.
You've got to finish within 5 laps for the leader, I'd say, for it not to count as a retirement.
Well, unless you've had a mare and had to keep going back to the pits because you've got fixed damage. Matt is away and gone before Smokey even gets to his slot. Matt is going to come out with loads of space because the Silver's only just come around the final turn. And now it is on for the final 28 minutes. The Silver versus Matt Hermovich, with Fury being in net third, with his teammate behind him. Jamie is still battling Overtaker, and Empalava's coming in. Battle of the Pads in Pro. We're with Empalava taking a watching brief. Gary down in 9th. Nexus 10th, Peaceful Explosion 11th, Akbar 12th, Sutty Apex in 13th, and we're not going to count Euro because I believe he's technically retired from the session. Because even then,
if he comes back out now, he's 17, 18 laps down, so technically, unless you've got a reason for it, I would say it would be counting as a retirement.
Got to be.
Yeah, I'm just noting he's in the ACC Stewards chat on Discord. So
just a reminder, guys, if you do want to get involved, go on to our Discord channel. Sign-ups will be shortly, I'd imagine, be coming out for the next season for ACC.
It will, and it'll be, I don't know, I think it might be an F2 season, which I'm not doing.
I'm not aware of an F2 season, but that potentially, if hey, we done it last season, we might do it again.
We did it last year, so we'll probably do it this year in the F2 22 cars. But I probably ain't gonna race this time because I'm not a fan of EA games anyway, and F122 is not the best one.
Well, what people are saying they're only going to get F1 franchise, only going to get worse. EA now
Yeah.
have it, rather than Codemasters bought out by EA earlier last year.
2020, end of 2020, they got bought out. Hence why 2021 is slightly better than F122. Fury weaving. Fury, I've got that on stream. Why are you weaving? There's your teammate behind you. As Matt currently has I'm waiting for the silver to cross the timing beam for sector 2 now. 13.8 second lead.
What we don't want is these two Lambos to make contact like at Silverstone.
Oh no. Or Fury yeet it over the curb at Abbey.
Lambo.
It was Lamborghini Airways. Jamie in 5th. 3.5 seconds in front of Overtaker now. So, bro, that does not look like 3.5 seconds game. That looks a little bit closer than that. Because that's Empalava.
So, bearing in mind, unorthodox Danny's fighting for a championship.
Overtaker's dropping down. What? Has Overtaker made a mistake?
He must have done.
Camille and chat, will the next season be on PS4? I hope so, because this is the last PS4 league. I should think it will be a PS4 league, yes. And if we've got
if it's not, I won't be racing. Well, I might be racing either way, but however.
But
Overtaker, I can't see no damage on his car. He must have made a mistake.
He must have ran wide. Because I'm looking at Overtaker now.
Saying that, unorthodox is through on Fury.
Yeah, he let him through.
He let him through. Oh, Fury over the curb! It's Fury Airways again. I reckon we may have to do like both a PS4 and a PS5 league races.
Well, if it comes to it, or if we do Pro and Pro-Am, if all of the class are in a PS5 console, then it could run on a PS5 server. However, obviously we're not all lucky enough to have a PS5, so that's why we're still running PS4 servers.
Even though there is rumours that it might be a PS4 Slim out this year, which would be cheaper. PS5 Slim. PS5 Slim. Not a PS5 Pro, because that would be probably about £1,000. A PS5 Pro will probably be about 500. No, over £1,000. Known Sony these days. Known Sony these days. They've been a bit greedy lately. Again.
What happened when you got market share though, isn't it? When obviously back in the day you had Nintendo, you had PlayStation, Dreamcast, Sega, you know, over different consoles are gone. Now it's just Xbox or PlayStation.
Nintendo is still a thing. Never count out the Switch.
It's not the same though, as say, Switch is more handheld. I know you can plug it into the telly, but more people you get handheld.
Mine is purely handheld, my Switch. I've only got the light. So, Matt currently commanding lead so far with 22 minutes left of this race. De Silva in second, Unorthodox in third, Fury Airways in fourth, Big Boy Brazier in fifth, Gary sixth, Empalava seventh, Nexus is in eighth, Peaceful Explosion in ninth, 10th is Smokey Devil with Overtaker up his bumper, having a little sniff of his the Audi exhaust pipes. Akbar in 12th,
Closest one.
Sutty in 13th, Euro in 14th. We'll concentrate on the battle between Smokey and Overtaker. Overtaker having another terrible night.
But he's had a terrible night this week. It must be his first one of the year. He's still up there in the championship.
But he had quite a bad night last week at Monza.
Yeah.
It just shows how good his good nights were then, doesn't it? If he's up in P2, or P2 prior to tonight, We've had 2 bad weeks. Only to lose 1 position in the standings. It's not all bad.
As he's going to have a look at Smokey into the final chicane. Scott's back in beforehand thinking, nope. That might not be worth it, as is 0.9 of a second between Gary and Empalava. Does he have a look into turn 1? We follow this battle. Smokey sees him. No, they've collided. Smokey turned in on Overtaker. That probably be going in as well.
Another bit of footage for us to look at, but Fury Airwave again in middle sector.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is Fury bored and just doing it on purpose?
Fury, probably.
As I now jump to the Gary Empalava battle.
Euro's
gone now. So yeah, that's a retirement.
I wouldn't want to be in the party between Fury and Dan. If you're not Fury, noisy Fury makes what he has at the moment.
Flashy flashy, as Fury would say of me. That's me making a note again in the Discord. Yeah. Is the Discord link in the description?
Normally, if I can double check.
And obviously Facebook's there, the Twitter is there. Simplay has an Instagram because that's the only thing on Facebook I actually use is Instagram.
Discord link or Facebook group is in the link. And the Discord link is there as well.
And we're also on SimGrid.
And Twitter.
And we're also on SimGrid. Like a lot of these drivers, like the Silver, Nexus, Euro, who's left of session, they're all from SimGrid. And Camille who's in YouTube chat, is also from SimGrid. Found it from.
Being a newer game compared to Project Cars, not that I had anything wrong with Project Cars. Time's moved on and a lot more people are now playing this game.
It also doesn't help. Project Cars. Ooh, Gabby! Airways coming through the chicane. Bit sideways. As the Silver is gained a second on Matt.
Is Matt in traffic? I'm trying to find his number on the map.
Car 1, he's on his own. Or maybe is Matt letting the tyre temperatures come back down, back towards him for a bit. He's not a comfortable lead. 12 seconds, nearly 13 seconds. Still
He's in a very similar position to me last night, I'm not going to lie.
It's pretty comfortable. And what is it? If Matt wins this on the road anyway, it's been a Bentley sweep for all 4 races between Pro and Pro-Am.
Yeah. Although we have to bear in mind, obviously, race 1 may not go his way, depending on the outcome of the steers.
No, but that's the
on the
discussion.
Night, on the track, we've won it on track, which obviously needs to see what happens in the stewards room. But myself last night in this scenario, with a comfortable 10-12 second gap, I started making a few mistakes where I was relaxing.
Because you start relaxing, yeah. And then
Fury had a big snap there over the curve. Not so much Fury Airwave.
He likes that curve, doesn't he?
He's just giving it a kiss. That's what Fury's doing. He's giving it a kiss.
He gives it more a kiss. Look at that.
12.6 seconds now, back to the lead.
Doesn't look like Dan's closing in on the
Silver. Hello, I see an orange McLaren. Here comes Overtaker. He's just got in front of a Peaceful. So Overtaker's definitely got the pace to be up there again, but he's just
involved in too many incidents.
Is it with other drivers or is it himself? As Nexus 1 wide. Ooh, that was a bit iffy. Not good.
I think he gets a bit too impatient, and that's why he makes a mistake.
As he has a look at the hairpin, Nexus just slammed the door on Overtaker.
Fury of wide exit at turn 1.
As I jump to Furby, yep. And back to Overtaker and Nexus as Overtaker goes around the outside into the final chicane. Gets the job done. Overtaker is back up to P8. And the next person on his list...
Fury Airwave about to take off again, coming up to that favourite corner.
As I jump to Fury now, as he Yep,
Yes.
a little hop over the curb. She hop.
That was pitiful.
Oh,
effort.
overtaker and Nexus are still battling into turn 2. Peaceful's going down the inside of Nexus. Into turn 3. Peaceful's past Nexus. Nexus is wide. He's turning his Audi into a Quattro rally car. I grew up in rallying, so that's where my heart lies. I think we need to do League on Dirt 2. Dirt Rally 2.0. Or maybe not Dirt 5. Yeah, enough of that. Oh, it's back. The lead lap is back up to 13.19 seconds.
Flowing where Matt is on circuit compared to Silver.
De Silva.
Matt just coming down the back straight. De Silva coming into turn 2, 3. So
Matt also has 2 lap cars within his vicinity. He has Sutty Apex and Akbar.
I don't think Fatty Apex will be much of a problem. I think he'll let Matt pass, but
No, they're probably in a party together with Peaceful and Gary. More than likely. As I now jump to Sutty. Well, Matt, Clutch and Sutty. Will Sutty just wave him through?
get on this little part of the straight and just come right off the gas.
Yep.
No, Fatty
No,
keep going.
not yet. Sutty turns into the hairpin, followed by Matt. I'll keep an eye on overtake against catching Empalava, but it's 11 seconds between them. And I'm hitting not as bad as Bozzy with Thing, but yeah, painkillers. Sutty's lifting and letting him through on the start finish straight.
Oh, careful.
Be careful, Sutty. He had a little wiggle.
There.
Good ice cream walls. So that's the first person lap.
Project Cars. There's an invisible water spar, which I remember Peaceful Explosion hitting in season 1 or 2.
I want about red. I want instant play red.
At the bottom of the hill before a Rouge and Rally on, there's an invisible wall. If you get too close to, you get binded to, and it gives you major damage, even though there's no actual wall there.
I remember it used to be a glitch on, like, I think it was the first Assetto Corsa.
Got above round, which lets Matt through.
Yep. Which I believe was on a first Assetto Corsa. Was like on the Monza combined course with the oval. There used to be like, if you didn't run to the right, if you ran to the left line under the bridge, you hit an invisible wall, and it kills your car completely.
Your airway set to take off again, coming up to that part of the circuit.
Here comes is it going to be Furby Airways? Let's have a look. Yeah, little hop again. She hop.
He's got that now. Now let's move on to something else.
Only a little hop as we move the mat coming through the final corner. 13.6 second lap. Dan is slowly winding in to Silver.
Yeah, but as you
Parva 6 seconds ahead of his teammate. What do we feel, guys? We'll give overtaking the division to the championship, or do you reckon Emplava is fighting a position of his own?
Well, at the moment, for the teams, they're still scoring the same points.
But for overtake of championship in terms of the standings,
it depends if they have team orders in that buff out racing. We don't know.
If they're in the same party as well, we don't know.
I believe they are in the same party. I haven't heard any in Matt's party.
I don't think they talk to each other much, though.
I think all they talk to each other for is like when they're pitting. But Gary is in P6. As we got now into the final 13 minutes of race 2 here at Zolder in Belgium. I know it's
Just a
Belgium,
reminder
but
to those watching, put your vote for driver of the day in the chat.
yeah.
Coming up to the last 10 minutes for the race.
So make sure you slam who you think is your driver of the day. It could be anyone from who are so far still running in front of finish. Oh, next is the side by side with Smoky Devil into turn 1. This is now the closest battle as the lead now goes up to 14 seconds. I need caffeine. Smoky's wide on the grass. Nexus is back through. Fury is falling away. He's just cosplaying now, isn't he? I think Fury is. Young Fury.
Oh, to hear the noises he probably makes every time I go over that curb.
Oh, Nexus and Smokey just go. Yeah, but they want to do a jump. Yeah, next season we could be going to start going to some of the DLC tracks as well, like
Well,
Suzuka.
Season 2 can have already been announced, I believe, for Season 2.
Yeah, and we are going to Laguna Seca and
Seika and
Suzuka.
Suzuka, I believe.
And we also will be visiting the Hungaroring.
Yeah, they're the three for the next season.
Hungaroring is in the base game, but we didn't do it this year. If not, we're going to have pretty much nearly every race the same as the F1 calendar.
So yeah, for next season as well, if we have it stand, we'll be getting live weather again. So for those that don't know, we normally, prior to this season, we look at the weather forecast for each round, each week, and whatever the weather's doing there is what we'll do in the race.
Currently, where I am, if we ran out Snetterton, it's raining. So it will be a wet race. Yep, Dan is slowly winding into silver, but 8-10 minutes to go. I don't know if that's enough time. Because as Murray Walker once said a long time ago, catching is one thing, passing is quite another. I miss Murray Walker. I really do. I don't really watch Formula 1 now because Crofty.
Just watch the Channel 4 commentary, that's a little bit worse.
It is a little bit worse, but it's no worse than Jonathan Ledyard. He was terrible. But one of the best commentary you get is in BTCC with David Addison and Tim Harvey.
The person that does the Channel 4 commentary used to do BTCC, if I'm not mistaken.
In it, no, it's not Jack Nichols. He does Formula E. Alex Jacks now does ITV. Oh, not ITV, Channel 4.
Oh, if not the local I was thinking of then, who used to do BTCC before.
Charlie
Addison.
Cox. That was Charlie Cox and Ben Edwards.
Ben Edwards, this one.
What circuits will be removed off from the calendar? I can't tell you without looking.
If you go onto the Discord channel, it should be mentioned somewhere in the general chat.
He might not be able to see it because he's down as just a new recruit on the
Let's see
channel.
if I can find the calendar on Discord and I'll read it out to you all.
Like Matt Lowe with a commanding lead, 14.493 seconds. No question on this win for race 2, is there? Kieran. No question on Matt's performance for this race.
Very similar race to what mine was last night, keeping it on circuit.
Fury needs to stop hopping the curb because Jamie is slowly catching him.
Yeah. Closest battle is Smokey on Nexus.
Yeah, at 1.2 seconds. And near identical cars. Sutty is in another postcode.
I don't know if you've got... Go on, Pim, sorry.
Being lapped by De Silva. Dan's lost time. It was a little glimmer of hope, but I think...
Dan now got to settle for third, hasn't he?
Leads now up to 15.3 seconds, so De Silva did lose time, a little bit of time lapping Sutty Apex.
I'm not sure if I can see it, because I don't see the admin chat in Discord anymore. I don't know if it's been removed or what have you, but I don't know if that's where the calendar got announced for Season 2.
Well, I can't see nothing. Discord's not loading for me on my phone again. I love Discord. ACC General? It might be a long way.
In general.
Well, we'll keep you posted on the calendar as it turns out, because if we find it. But I know Hungaroring should be coming in, and yeah, I can't remember. I'm a bit high on painkillers, not gonna lie.
That's where to be. Rather that than in pain.
No, they don't really work. Matt now 15.6 seconds in the lead. Dan is 8.399 behind to Silver. Jamie is slowly winding in Fury. And Overtake is now 2 seconds behind his teammate. This circuit is not a Ferrari track, I like to add. Not many other tracks are Ferrari tracks, to be honest.
Yeah, did you know you didn't drive it? You can only go by what your teammate says. And you had a pretty bad night playing Dominic Toretto, so...
Nah, but...
Jamie's right on the back of Fury now.
Jamie is on Fury. Has Fury yeeted over another curb and losing tyre pressure? Because that's one thing I've noticed, is you keep yeeting over the curb, you start losing tyre pressure. And therefore grip. Car starts like moving around more. Oh, Fury's wide. As we come up to the hairpin, Fury's flashing. It's probably changing gear on his wheel. Will Jamie have a little look into the final chicane? He's thinking about it, but not going for it yet. As he carries on. I believe in the off-season we might have mixed class race as well. Because that was good fun when we did that before the season.
We might do some event on GT Sport as well. We done all everyone in the same car a few seasons ago.
Yeah, we might do something on GT Sport, GT7, which is cross-play between both PS4 and PS5, so that's quite handy. We might do something on Project Cars too. Well, we can. Well, the servers still run. But then again, though, it took EA. This year is when EA going to turn off the servers for Bad Company 1 and 2, and they've been up since 2007 to 2009. So, on PS3.
People are still using the server. They've got no reason to shut them down, have they? I know we don't use them anymore here at Simplay, but I'm aware there's other leagues out there that still run Project Cars.
Believe some people still run Project Cars 1. No one runs Project Cars 3. Oh, Fury is really starting to struggle. Jamie's having a look into the hairpin, and he's got him. Will Fury get the cutback? He's gone to Jamie's right. They're giving each other plenty of space, as much as you can give around Zolder. And Fury's back past. Lovely little battle. He run wide, he touches the grass. And now Jamie on the start-finish line. This is the closest battle on track, unfortunately, chat. Fury and Jamie. Jamie's having another little look into turn 1. As we head into turn 2, I'm not going to try and pronounce the corner names here. Oh, I will be butchering the language. And not doing it as justice as we're coming around to turn 3, and then we're into the chicane for Fury's favourite launching pad. The lead is 15.1 seconds. I just looked in the corner. Jamie's taking away a brief. Fury's left that time. We're in the final 3 minutes of race 2, and remember to put your vote in for driver of the day. Because, well, I'm going to have to give it... I know I'm going to have to give it to... I don't know why the Marshal was waving a blue flag at Fury there. These guys are on the same lap. 15.8 seconds. Not for a long while. Akbar is just going into turn 1 right now. This is the closest battle.
I think that's a blue flag in the crowd. I don't think it's a blue flag in the Marshals. Maybe.
This again. This is the closest battle on the circuit. Even though Overtaker's within 1.1 seconds of his teammate and Palava, Jamie's having a look into turn 2. Thinks better of it as they head towards the 90 right of turn 3. See if it's
Will we
rally
see
car.
Fury Airways again now? He's under pressure from Jamie.
Jamie driving quite solidly tonight. As no Fury Airways. He's not touching the clubs now. He's under pressure from Big Boy Brazier.
Probably listening to the stream and what's that here and we keep mentioning.
Hashtag Fury Airways.
Yeah, we played Tony on that one.
Not doing me.
15.4 seconds for that capture the lead. When we go over the last lap, we will flick to Max as he crossed the line. In theory, Smoky Devil's back in the pits.
That doesn't look to be retirement.
That looked like he might need fuel. Has he underfueled the car? He's coming in for a pit stop. As Matt is coming into the Villeneuve chicane, he's put a lap on Nexus. As we jump back to Fury versus Jamie. I believe Smokey might have ran out of fuel.
It's way, so it's not a retirement. It's just.
It's not. He's moving. He is moving. So yeah, that could be splash and dash. Oh, Jamie's having a look through Fury. And Jamie's passed. Did they make contact? It didn't look like it from this end.
See, I jumped back and then Jamie all through.
I don't believe there was contact between Big Boy Brazier and Fury. Into the Yeety chicane. Yeah, there goes Fury.
There I go.
There goes Fury. It's a display. He's showing his underbelly to Jamie. As we reach 0 on the clampdown. Matt is now on the final lap of this race. As we jump to Matt Himovic. Briefly, keep an eye on Fury and Jamie, but I think Jamie's got better tyres under him and not just knackered suspension from yeeting over the curb.
I think Fury's
Overtaker.
one more lap to get back past.
Overtaker has cleared his teammate, so it looked like they did switch positions. I'm just keeping an eye on the mini-map whilst an eye on this battle between Fury and Jamie.
Well, I'll watch Matt and let you know when Matt comes near the end of the lap. Matt is just coming through the middle chicane. Not Fury Airways chicane, the other one.
Villeneuve chicane.
We're gonna
we've renamed the chicane for Fury chicane. Fury Airways. And turn 2 is Dazum.
Matt is just coming into the last chicane now.
Right, I've jumped up to Matt as we will. Come on, cameraman, here we go. As Matt Himovic comes round to the final chicane now. Puts his foot down, floors it. No doubt with this race win. And that's a race win for the Bentley by a comfortable margin.
So provisionally Matt Himovic does the double.
And that is Bentley all 4 races at Zolder. 40 laps that was for Matt. De Silva comes home 14 points.
It doesn't mean I'm giving Matt a trophy for race 2. He can get his own one.
Yeah. Dan home in 3rd. As we go back to the Fury versus Jamie battle as they come around final hairpin. Yeah, Jamie's pulling away now.
Fury Airways won too many times, I think, on that one.
Yeah, he's probably damaged his suspension. I wouldn't be surprised. Or at least the underbody of the car. Fury having a little dance behind, flashing his headlights while flashing. In 6th place, quiet race again for Gary, flashing across the line. Overtaker managed to fight his way back up to P7. That's Overtaker P7. Empalava in P8. Peaceful Explosion, and that's it. And that is our race result for race 2 here at Zolder. Remember, get your driver of the day in chat. We've got Matt from De Silva, Unorthodox, Big Boy Brazier, Fury, Gary, Overtaker, Impalava, Peaceful Explosion, Nexus, Sutty, Akbar, Smoky Devil, and our retirements were Alex, Yorkshire, and Euro. As the podium finishers now jump into the party for interviews. Yep.
Green light. Give it all you got.
And we go on to our third place finisher, Dan. Hello again.
Hello. Oh my god.
How was your race too?
I'm worn out, man. I'm worn out. Yeah, just bad luck of the grid. Started at the back. Matt and De Silva cleared most of the traffic. By the time I cleared it all, they were already 10 or 20 seconds down the road. So, yeah, I was getting a little bit bored towards the end, to be honest. No, it was alright. It is what it is. Matt can actually keep this one. He did it fair and square. Yeah, just, I don't know what it is. Maybe because it was the Saturday, the car just didn't feel right in the long race. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was in race one. I don't know what it was. But either way, congratulations to Matt. It's good points for us. And I think the team's championships is looking more and more interesting. Obviously, with not Matt in 2 weeks' time, we're really going for that constructors. De Silva's got this in the bag. I can't catch him now, to be honest.
Yeah, so I can't think of anything to say. Kieran.
I say Fury, or for your teammate there, or for lost a vision 2 laps from the end. Did he have any damage that you're aware of? Or?
Again, we don't know what happened with the Lamborghini. Both of us seemed to struggle towards the end. He was losing rear grip. I was losing front end grip. And I was just saying to him, just bring it home, just get it home, get it home. The biggest nuisance was actually Jamie and Gary for myself. Could not clear them in the early part of the race. And, we just struggled with grip towards the end. The Lamborghini tends to fade quite badly towards the end, and the boys in front were still doing 30s and 29s while I was just tweaking into the 30s. So third's all I could get, and I'm quite happy to walk away with Zolder kind of scot-free, to be fair.
Like you say, you struggled to get through the pack. I think anyone in your position will probably take third position.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm over the moon with third place, taking my time getting through the pack. I know a lot of drivers have a different way of negotiating the pack, where they kind of go as hard as they can, force their way through, and it works sometimes. But for me, I kind of like to hold back, think of the situation, pick my points when to overtake. But it can leave me vulnerable at the same time. But yeah, I'm still stoked with a second and a third. I mean, the first race result is in there, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, best I could do in this race, no more than that. And like I said, the boys ahead just did a much, much better job. And congrats to De Silva for second and Matt for the race win. 151 races for the Bentley, and he gets a win. So, congrats to that.
Cheers, man.
Yes. Yeah, and over to our race winner of race 2, Matt.
Yeah, keep this one.
No
You
pressure
keep
on this one.
Yeah.
you won quite comfortably there by 15 seconds in the end.
I have to echo what Dan said. It got a bit boring at the end. I was trying to get more laps in for Pro than what Kieran did in Pro-Am last night by the end of that race. I was sort of battling Kieran, it felt like.
Go straight.
I don't know if you felt the same.
I won. I did
a
a lap extra. Sorry, go on, Kieran.
If we talk from experience last night, obviously, when you're out that far in front, did you find it hard to concentrate? Any mishaps that we didn't see on?
No, I kept. I ran a little deep every now and again. I got caught up with Smokey in the middle sector. To be fair, he let me through onto the back straight. Just traffic at the twisty type part of the circuit. I didn't really feel any lapse in concentration. I didn't want to get them lapse in concentrations, knowing that it was my last race until next season, bar F1. I wanted to make sure I ended it in style. Didn't want to have that lapse, lose the lead to De Silva, and not end it on a win.
Congratulations on that, Matt. And Kieran, who would you say your driver of the day is?
You can't really take away, if we have it down, take it away from Matt with 2 race wins. Bentley winning all 4 races this week in Pro and Pro-Am.
It's absolute Bentley domination this week. Yeah, I'll give it to Matt as well. Driver of the day. There's been no votes in chat, so for anything. And
have a quick look at the standing, shall we, before we just wrap up the stream?
Yep.
My phone doesn't unfreeze itself.
Hat-trick for Matt.
You what, sorry, Tony?
I'll make it a hat-trick of votes
Oh,
for Matt.
Tony.
So no change up front. However, Matt is slightly closer to De Silva. So De Silva currently on 320, followed by Matt on 307. Overtaker 294 with Northern Devon 278. Big Boy Brave even Frey 247 to Gary 239. Fury on 219. Enplava 196. Heathwick Explosion 178, followed by Euro on 169. Brave 2000, missed that one, but he's on 160 points. Smoky Devil on 155, followed by Fatty Apex on 107. And then Nexus, we have in the Audi on 105, followed by Monkey Boy on 99, missed tonight. Uckbar on 81, D-Biggs on 26. And then the new guy, Alex, had a good night this evening on 19.
Well,
Yorkshire Mika on 14, and Kulovic in 9 points. But off he didn't finish either race this evening also.
no, and so that's our positions. As another ticket goes in. Yay.
2 tickets go in.
Right. So,
and then just wrap up the constructors table. So we have Jaeger Motorsport on 546, 49 points back from FU Racing. That will buff out Racing on 56 behind Jaeger Motorsport. Then Michael Matthews Mango Lassie on 402 points, 144 points behind. They are the last team that currently can win the constructors. Then we have PRT Squadra Course, Simplay Racing, Terminal Velocity Racing, Team Independent, FFTR Racing, Beyond the Motoristo, Bentley Bullies, and OMO Motorsport, and Power Cam Racing bring that to rear. That is your standings after this week's racing provisionally.
Yeah, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the stream. Tune in on Sunday for Formula 1 at Mexico.
Mexico! Yeah!
I'm really excited about that one.
You join Dan Davis. Dan, take it away.
Hello. Yeah, guys, make sure you tune in on Sunday night as we bring you the action. James looks like he is out of the running at the minute due to having a new baby girl in his life, but can the boys catch him up? That is the question. There's got a lot of work to do, but we're going around the, I'm going to try my best. I think I've got it. The Romanes Rodriguez circuit. I think I'm right. I didn't get the full name, but we're heading to Mexico, the highest altitude circuit we ever come to. What can the boys do there with Brazil and Abu Dhabi just around the corner as well? Tune in for that, where I'll bring you all the action. And make sure you tune in next week as we will come to the final end of this season for the ACCs. We've got Brands Hatch and a brand new circuit for all these guys to learn and know. Misano, a bike circuit in 2 weeks' time.
Misano Circuit di Simoncelli. So the full name?
There you go. Argent knows a lot about his bikes, and there you go. Make sure you tune in. Wednesday night will be possibly myself and Matt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, me and you. Yeah.
But obviously, Matt off away working. It will just be me bringing you the stream with hopefully PN and possibly Argent in the action as well to bring you all the information you need to see. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified, go to our Discord, have a look at everything as well, support all the drivers and their streams, give them more like and subscriber then on all that lot. And yeah, there you go. There's a wrap up of tonight's racing. See you in Sunday night at Mexico.
See you all Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.